I will leave you guys with one question, and that goes to Aditya and that goes to Abdullah. Abdullah and Aditya, we've seen what has happened in 2020, 2021, and 19, the end of it. We've seen exponential growth in the digital transformations. Things have moved at a very faster pace. Things are happening. Things have evolved. We're having this conversation virtually, three different cities, three different people, without a glitch. That is something, we are seeing wonders. Now, from a end user computing, from that point of view, what am I going to expect as a user? What do I expect? And again, from the technology perspective, the healthcare technology, what's going to happen? Like how the computing is going to, marry with the healthcare system and going to give us the world-class products. I'm keen to to know all these facts. So very complicated question. Sorry for that, but yeah, I just want to know the relationship between like modern days, like kids talk, the relationship between the computing part and the healthcare part. So who want to start? Abdul, I think you should start with since it's the healthcare part is involved in it.
Okay, so let me take these questions ahead. There are almost 10 10, 12 domain business are there. For example, I'll name out banking domain, retail domain, mortgage domain, healthcare domain, automobile domain, right, and so on and so forth. And of course our film industry domain. This is another big domain across the globe. So the technology adopters domain is your cinema domain. They have adopted up to that extreme level. And the second was the banking one. The third one is, let's say, mortgage, retailer, and so on and so forth. On the bottom, healthcare is on the bottom, and they have not adopted this technology. There's two reasons. So they don't believe to invest into the technology, healthcare organizations, healthcare providers. And secondly, the biggest challenge is with the doctors. Doctors does not like to adopt the technology. They say, simple, and they have a reason behind. They say that if I'm cribbing up prescription for just, let's say, 3 minutes, and you're talking about X, Y, Z technology, that's great. I'm not asking that you give me a system which can enable me to crib the prescription less than 3 minutes. And let the system also crib the prescription in 3 minutes. I vouch for it, and I will I'll give in writing that I'll adopt the technology from day onwards. So the reason was there that the way the product was designed, the way the technology was evolved and was used was not up to the mark. The reason, for example, is I work with Dr. A.K. Diwan, who has done the maximum head and neck care surgery in the world. And he has got the name in the Guinness Book of World Record as well. And then I talked to Dr. Soma Raju, the care group of chairman. Dr. N.K. Reddy, who is another cardiologist and the founder of care group of hospital. So this is Salim, we heard, and I was engaged with him for the past 3-4 years. Continuously I was engaged with him with 3-4 years, but I could not sell out any technology to them, any product to them. One fine day they say that, Salim, rather than I adopt the technology, let the technology adopt my needs. If you can fulfill it up, come tomorrow, let's deploy in a big bang. So then I went back and listened to doctor, and I talked to other few doctors, including Dr. A.K. Diwan, and then say that I found 3 goals to develop the product. The goal was it should be faster than paper. It should have sub-second response. And it does not need any training. If 3 goals are met and to develop the product, doctor will adopt it. And that is what we did. And finally, I work with Dr. Uday Kumar in Pune. By the way, I have worked in Pune for 10 years. Okay. So we spent almost 6 people in R&D, and I don't know how many, 38.6 crores. 38.6 crores he has put into the R&D to come up with these 3 goals. And then it was developed, deployed at Max Group of Hospital, and the adoption of the technology from 20%, it reached to 95%. And if you're talking the technology, it's not only the clinical data adoption. I'm not talking non-clinical data. Everybody is means finance related data or billing related data. There's nothing. It is not going to give you the customer delight. When you are going to work on the clinical data of the patient, then it is going to give a lot of benefits to the customer in the patient. For example, I'm giving a very simple example. Indian healthcare. Indian government has allotted 1,000 rupees to treat 1,000 people. But when this 1,000 rupees has been spent on only 2 patients. Reason behind the data is not collated, the data is not longitudinal record in form of longitudinal record. If the patient goes from area hospital to district hospital, all this data is not available. Half of the data he carries, and then he's investing again money to perform all those prerequisites investigations, which was done at the area hospital. But this is not there. So in that case, it was to save a lot of money, a lot of time for the doctors, for the providers. That's where this constraint was there, that doctors were not there on the board. They were not coming on the board because the technology was not married, technology was not used in the right direction. But this pandemic which has come across, where the patient has emphasis to the doctors, that's the part. So we were working on this for the change management across India. The adoption was 4 or 5. If you talk about HIMSS stage 6, there are 2 hospital HIMSS stage 6. They have got the accreditation in India. One is the Apollo Jubilee Hills, Apollo Chennai, and the second one is the Max Group of Hospitals Saket unit. This HIMSS stage 6 talk about how digitized you are, how much data is stored in a longitudinal form for the patient, for the doctors. So in India, only 2 hospitals are there. One of them is where I have implemented this application with the help of Dr. Parvez. Dr. Parvez, who is the son of ex-president of one of the ex-president of India. So that's we deployed. So I mean to say that it doesn't matter the technology you adopt, it costless technology. If people and process wing is not right, then you cannot give it. So all this has the industry has understood. We do a lot of change management in terms of attending the webinar, seminar, writing a lot of articles as a change management, so that product people have started understanding and they have started making it. Now in India base, one product has been made in that direction called Health Plug. It is known as now NTT now. So they are acquiring the market of India very fast. And the second, once the patient has demanded for the technology-driven treatment, for example, the virtual consultation, right? Yeah. So in that case, the doctor said started adopting the technology. Healthcare providers, means hospitals, started budgeting for it, and it started moving ahead. And on top of it, all the embedded system which is there in embedded means the CT scan, MRI, all the lab equipment and the other radiology equipment, it is integrated, and all the clinical data is flowing here from here to there and collating it, and the doctors are sitting anywhere else in the world. They are able to see the clinical alerts and CDSS based clinical alerts, and they are prescribing remotely. Doesn't need to go there in the hospital, and all these happened during this pandemic. Now there is a ICU has been made, that ICU, virtual ICU that people have made. No need to go, no need to have any doctor, no need to have any nurse inside. They have put the robotic, and the robot is taking care of that.
Your thoughts on this, Aditya? Because Abdullah, he explained it in a very brief manner that how technology contributes towards any industry, but healthcare for sure, because it's very sensitive, topic to be in. Aditya must be feeling proud that somewhere the company that you work for has contributed a lot for the various sectors, and healthcare is one of them. So again, what are your thoughts on this, Aditya?
I think the way Abdullah captured it is such detailed about the healthcare sector, right? And we in technology say that often we bring solutions in search of problems, right? That we have a solution and then we figure out what is the problem we can solve it, right? But what we need to do is reverse. Figure out the problems, figure out what people really need, and then give it to them. Then there'll be no problem in adoption. If you do the implementation well, it's easy. Like he mentioned about third point, that more training should be needed, right? Because there is so much resistance to change anyway. So first we say that, hey, first take this new technology. We are not sure to solve what problem. And by the way, to use that, you need a lot of training. Of course, there will be user adoption issues, right? So in technology, we are also looking at that. Though tech is solution forward, that we do bring in solutions. But what we see is more and more healthcare companies now adopting technology and looking at two things from us. One is customizations, right? So, for example, I know a hospital we work with needed customization on the MRI machine. Right now, I can't tell the exact details, but looking at how can we implement the solutions better, right? So that is where our team started working. And second place where they're saying is that, hey, as much as possible, give me a one-stop shop, right? That if I have an IT need, because what Abdullah is looking at is adoption. He's looking at solutioning, right? And then talk to various vendors may not be the best use of his time, right? Because he's looking at an impact for the company. So that's what we have also started doing, that how can we provide more and more solutions. But I must also compliment the way healthcare has risen up, right? During this COVID, it was never possible earlier to talk to a doctor virtually, but now, it may not be where people are looking at, but kudos to all the IT managers, IT heads in hospitals and healthcare sector who have taken up technology so well and helped people all over the country. So really hats off on.